Good morning, everyone. Hello, hello. I have my hair turban on right now. This is what I do after I shower is I put my microfiber hair towel on and just kind of plop it, and it sits there for about a half an hour or so. But this is me. I don't have any makeup on. I'm actually going not to have makeup on today because I think I had an allergic reaction. Of course I did, to something. I think it was like a piece of chocolate that I ate. And I kind of had like some of my eczema break out. So I think it was kind of like an allergic reaction. So I'm not going to put on any makeup today. So I just wanted to give you an update actually for this week. It has been a whirlwind of a week. And I know I say that a lot. I know it. But this week has really tested my patience, and I'm going to go into everything that has happened so far this week. So I had edited and uploaded that video on Sunday, the last video that you would have seen me post. I had actually all of that done and edited by Saturday, and then I just had scheduled it for Sunday for you guys to see. So thank you so much for watching it. It was all about my launch because I had a launch on Friday. I sold out by Monday. By the end of the weekend, I was completely sold out. So I am doing those orders, and then I'm going to be restocking it actually today, which is Friday. I've gone, a few days without updating you, but I did want to do a video and update you with what has been going on and what happened on Saturday night specifically. So Jimmy and I were just watching TV, and we actually were kind of tired. Like we were just kind of watching TV and hanging out, and it was around 5 o'clock, 5:30, and my phone rang and it said Dad. And I was like, okay, that's weird. Like Dad never calls me. He usually texts me all the time. And that's like kind of was my first red flag. And like, I thought, oh no, what happened, right? And so I answered the phone and they said, hello, is this Janet? And my last name. And I said, hello? Because it wasn't my dad. And I was like, who is calling me from my dad's phone? And he said, is this Janet and my last name? And I said, yes, it is. I said, who is this? And he said, this is Constable so-and-so from the Medicine Hat Police Service. Your dad has fallen and an ambulance is on the way. And, you never want to hear that. My dad is 84 years old. And you never want to hear that because first of all, he had actual surgery on his shoulder. He got hit by a car years and years ago, probably like 10 years ago now. He wasn't able to walk. They hit him on the left side and they damaged his leg. They broke his shoulder. He had to get surgery on his shoulder and get 2 pins and something else done with his shoulder to keep it together. He couldn't walk for weeks because they had damaged his leg so much. And I was like, oh no, it's the same shoulder. And so I told the police officer, I said, okay, an ambulance is on its way, you said, right? He says, yep. I said, okay, we're about half an hour, 40 minutes outside of the city. I said, we will be taking off right away, and let him know that we will meet him at the hospital. Because once he goes in an emergency, an ambulance, then he goes to the emergency section at the hospital. So I told him we would meet him there. So we left within like 2 minutes, literally. Jimmy and I, we were all ready to go. And he didn't have a room yet in the emergency area. He was there, still on the stretcher, but he didn't have a room. So the nurse was like, you'll just have to wait a few minutes. They're just getting a room ready for him. And so we finally got in, and he was in good spirits. They gave him some pain medication right away in the ambulance, and he was in really good spirits. And I said, Dad, what happened? And he was walking, he went to go and get a pizza about 2 blocks away from where he lives. And on his way back, he was literally less than a block away from home. He was going downhill through a parking lot, and the parking lot was really full of gravel because here, like I live in southern Alberta, so we get lots of snow, so they gravel the ice. We don't necessarily use salt here, but we use a lot of gravel, right, on the ice. And there was no more ice anymore. Like we've been having some mild temperatures, so all that was left was a whole bunch of gravel. And he slipped on the gravel, and he must have fell because his glasses were still intact, his face was fine, his knees were fine, so all of the impact must have hit his shoulder, and it was the opposite shoulder of where he had surgery, which was a good thing. So anyways, he must have took all of the impact on his shoulder, and luckily there was 2 guys that were in the parking lot or close by that noticed it, and my dad called for help. And you know, my dad said, like, something's wrong, like, you know, don't try to get me up, but something is wrong, you need to call the ambulance. So then they in turn called, you know, 911 and got through to the police, etc., and got the emergency or the ambulance. So anyways, that's what happened. He fell, and once we got to the emergency room, he had told us that story, and they took him for x-rays right away because they weren't sure. It looked like it had popped out, is what it looked like. It was very, very swollen, and it looked like the shoulder had popped out of its socket, is what it looked like. But they just weren't sure what happened. And Jimmy had said sometimes if a shoulder is really, really out of the socket, they have to do surgery. They can't put it back in. They would have to do surgery. And then another thing that we thought of is if he shattered his shoulder, just like he did the last time and had to get surgery, right? So he went for x-rays. And when he came back and we got all the results, he wasn't able to eat or drink or anything in case he had to go in for surgery right away. But the x-rays came back, and what had happened is he broke his shoulder. So the ball that goes inside of the socket was all broken, like fractured, right? It wasn't shattered or anything, but it was broke. And the good thing was, the good news is that he didn't need surgery. But the bad news is you can't cast a shoulder or anything, right? So he has to keep it like in place for 8 weeks. He cannot drive. He cannot do his walking. As you guys know, he still walks 3 to 5K every single day. And yeah, he can't do any of that. He needs to be at home and get rest. So he was out of the emergency within 30 minutes after that. They didn't keep him in the hospital. So Jimmy and I then took him home, got him all settled, and you know, the next day was Sunday. So we went in first thing in the morning. We got him some food, some groceries, like easy stuff that he can make, because he does cook a little bit, but we didn't want him cooking because it's his right hand. It's his right hand that actually has to like stay put. So he only has mobility in his left hand. So we picked up some groceries that were easy for him to make a meal, like cereal and sandwiches and TV dinners and stuff like that. So we dropped that off, got his pain medication as well too at the pharmacy, got everything that he possibly could need, and stayed with him and visited for a little bit. And we've been checking on him. Now, like I said, it's Friday, so it's almost been a week, and we've been checking on him. Jimmy actually made him some meals because he really likes, like we call it goulash, but it's macaroni and pasta sauce and hamburger meat all mixed together, and he really likes that. So Jimmy had made him a whole bunch of that to take in today, because today he has an appointment with the surgeon, and the appointment is, I'm presuming, is to make sure that everything is healing properly, and the surgeon is just going to double check that no surgery is needed, etc. You know, because he is like a professional rather than just the ER doctor. And so that was how the weekend started off, and it's been kind of a chaotic week because I did have the launch on Friday, like I've said, and I sold out by the end of the day on Sunday. So it's been pretty crazy for myself because I have to get these orders done and out the door. I haven't mailed any packages this week. And like I said, today's Friday. It's been a week since the launch. And I just need to get at her. So today I'm going to be packaging all of the orders that I have, which is quite a few. And probably mailing them out on Monday. But yeah, I wanted to give you that little update on my dad. And we will see where the day takes us. I'm going to vlog today and let you guys know what I've been doing, the launch items, packaging orders, etc. So let's get started on this day. All right, sorry if you can hear my cricket going in the background. I feel like I always have something printing, but I just received an order with my envelopes. This company that I found that I go through now, where I order my envelopes, they are amazing to work with. They have very quick shipping, which I appreciate, and they always send me a bunch of samples all the time. I shouldn't say a bunch, like they give me a few samples, but let me show you. All right, so this is the order that I just got. Look at the samples that he gave me. There's only 3 in here, but I definitely can appreciate that. These are the clear ones with the zippered. So this is like the PVC. And then these ones here are the A7 size. Sorry, the biggest size, A5. They look like this. 1 second. They look like this. I know it's really hard to see because they are clear, but they're clear PVC, and they have a really easy lip to open up. I'm not sure if you can see that there, if it's focusing, but it's really, really easy to open, and I really love these new zipperless envelopes. And like I said, this one here is the A5, which is the biggest, so I ordered more of those. I ordered more of my smaller zippered ones that go in the A7 size cash wallets, and then I ordered some of the 3-pouch. This probably looks familiar because I use it for a lot of my savings challenges, including the payday binder. And then below there somewhere, I'm hoping there's A6 envelopes, the zipperless ones.
I would say we were good together. I would say we had fun, but our trails will never run forever. Something else is on your mind.
All right, so always when I receive inventory, whether it's envelopes, I personally don't count individually, but I always double check to make sure that I have the quantity that I ordered. And I will double check all this. I've never had an issue with any of my inventory, honestly. I've had a few things that have arrived damaged, like my binders, but they literally will send me them right away with my next order. No questions asked. So they're really, really good. I have some really good manufacturers that I work with, but all of these are expensive. Even though it's envelopes, these get expensive. What you're looking at right here with all of these envelopes that I purchased cost me about $600, and it's a lot. It's still a lot. You know, it's a lot of money to upkeep a small business, and that's why I'm so very grateful that I've stayed consistently busy with my small business, because people like you who purchase my items, that's what keeps a small business going. So always remember that with any small business. We are not a huge manufacturing company like with multi-millions of dollars. We literally, what the profit that we get, we then buy more product, right? That's how a small business works. Obviously, if I wasn't selling items and wasn't making a profit, I could not be ordering envelopes, binders, new products. Like I could not. That's how like small businesses go bankrupt and they close their small business. So please always remember that when you're supporting a small business, it truly like is putting food on the table. It's giving them an opportunity to keep going and keep on buying more products, because it's not cheap. It's really not cheap. And the whole other thing with a small business, if you own a small business, you definitely know, is that a lot of these companies and manufacturers that you order from, for example, like my binders, any kind of binders, there's a minimum quantity to order. So a lot of my companies that I work with is a minimum of 50. I need to buy 50 at least binders, not the same color, but the same style. So like my A6 ones that I have different colors of, I have to order 50. I cannot order 3. So in order for me to purchase 50, I kind of have to wait until like I make that money with my small business in order to purchase 50 of them, because that's the minimum quantity for a lot of these companies. Same with the envelopes. I can't just order like 20 envelopes. You know, I have to order hundreds of envelopes because that's their minimum quantity for me to get the best price. Now, don't get me wrong, I probably could from somewhere else. I haven't even looked into it. I could probably order 20 envelopes, but the cost would just be way too high, and then I in turn would have to raise the cost of my envelopes on my website. It's a lot of small business talk, but I'm just letting you guys know the ins and the outs. because a lot of people don't understand that. I get a lot of questions and requests to bring in product, and those people never buy that product. So it's very frustrating as a small business when you spend literally hundreds of dollars because people love this one binder or whatever it is. So you bring them in and nobody buys them. That's happened to me twice now. And it's very discouraging. It's very discouraging. But I just wanted to show you that I got a shipment today, and I ordered some. I did order some of the a new style of binder and wallet. I will be ordering those today, and they'll probably come in about a week's time or so. So I definitely will show you those when they come in. I think they're going to be part of March's launch, because I do a launch every single month. So make sure you stay tuned for that. All right, Jimmy just went and got the mail for me because he is taking my dad to his appointment. Oh, I know what that is. I'm actually going to have to record a TikTok of that one parcel. I'm just looking for, oh, there it is. So this was the one that I opened up earlier came to my door, and then this stuff got delivered to my post office box. So let's open it up. I believe this is stuff for pens, because as you guys know, I think I showed you in the last video that I did that I started making pens, and it's so much fun, and it's such a big hit with everyone as well too. Everybody loves it. So yes, I got some more purple pens. I got some more blue pens. I love this shade of blue. It's like a really nice blue. And then I have some dark brown. Oh, I did order some teal. It's kind of teal. It's not the teal that I normally get, but it is kind of like a teal. Sorry, this is always horrible lighting. And then I got some purple. And I got some bling pink and bling blue. And then I got gold. All right, so those are the pens that I got. I'm going to put them back in this package. And then I also, I usually use rhinestone beads for all of my pens. Everybody loves the rhinestones, and that's pretty much what I use. I don't use a lot of the silicone ones. So these are all of my rhinestone beads. So that's awesome, because I did get some in the other day that I restocked, but I always definitely need to restock. And hopefully I try to plan that I have enough for like a couple weeks. I usually sell about, I want to say about 200 to 300 pens every week, which is a lot. But I usually try to order enough product that I like inventory as far as pens and beads, that I have enough product for 2 weeks. So hopefully I'll be good for 2 weeks. That's the whole thing. Like, being on live literally is such a small percentage of what I do as a small business owner. Like, now that it's the beginning of the month, I do have a bookkeeper, which has been a huge, like, I have no time for that. There is no time for that whatsoever. So I hired a bookkeeper. So at the end of the month, or the beginning of the next month, because now it's March 1st today, I will have to go through all of my February receipts and statements, you know, from my small business account, and correspond those, like reconcile those to a certain extent. The bookkeeper obviously does a lot of work for me as far as entering numbers, but to make, well, it is to make their job easier, but in a sense it's to save me money because they do charge for their time. So if they have to reconcile all of my receipts with all of my bank statements, if I just give them a box of receipts, it will cost me money. So I usually take the 4 or 5 hours to kind of reconcile it, and then I hope it's easier for them on their end, because that's another thing. A bookkeeper, you guys, is about $650 a month for me. Like, it's crazy. All right, I ordered more books. These are the books for the no spend challenges. Since I sold out so quickly, I had to order, I think I ordered 20 more, 10 or 20 more. And so these are the books that are used for the no spend challenge. Once again, you can have a look on my website. They are all restocked. I did restock them today, because I knew that I got these in. So I will be making all of those over the weekend between me and my employees. So I'm just going to put those off to the side. And then I did get some more pen stuff. I got these kind of pens. It's kind of like a burgundy. It's a different color that I haven't seen before. I got some Easter focals because it's getting Easter time. So I got a whole bunch of those. And I got some chrome pens as well. And then I got some ombre pens. Some ombre pens, like ombre colored pens. And then this package is yellow and purple ombre. So there you go. That is my packaging that I got in the mail that Jimmy brought me. And then also this, I want to say about 4 or 5 of my followers, they become friends now. They started their own small business, and they started, mostly it's pens. It's the beaded pens like I just went over for my stock that I just received. So this is an item that I purchased from one of my friends. She has been a follower and a huge supporter of Janet Greta Budgets, and I wanted to support her with her small business. So if you want to see an unboxing of this, make sure you head over to either my IG account, my Instagram account, or my TikTok account, because like I said, that's mainly where I do a lot of my lives. I share a lot of my content is on those 2 platforms. It's just been a really good community. TikTok, I know a lot of people have their own opinions about social media, and that's totally a personal opinion. But for me as a business owner, I have to get my products out there. I have to get products out there for you to see. And TikTok right now is one of the hugest social media platforms. So that's where I get my most views, my most followers, etc., because it is such a popular platform right now. Whether you follow it or not, that's totally fine. Like I said, it is a personal preference. And for me, it's just different. That's my business. That's my livelihood. That's how I create income. So I will be posting it on those 2. And I'm really excited for this. I didn't think this box would be that big. So I'm really excited to open that. All right, you guys, I will see you in the next clip. Bye, guys. All right, I just went live, and these are the parcels that I managed to package up. There they all are. I usually put them on the step. I won't be going to town today. I will be going to town on Monday because Jimmy took the car to go and take my dad to the x-rays. I haven't heard any news back yet, but I definitely will keep you guys posted on the next vlog. And then these here, and then these here on the floor are what I'm going to be working on this weekend. I also have a couple more orders that I do need to work on. But I am very happy with my progress today. It was a huge relief to get a lot of those, it was a huge relief to get a lot of those orders done and packaged, because like I said, over the last week, I can count on one hand how many I packaged and mailed out, and like I have to keep up with it. If I don't keep up with my orders, then it's not good. I get very anxiety, and it's just a lot on my plate. Even though I do have 3 employees that help me a ton, I need to keep up on my orders because it can really slip away from me quickly, and then I'll have like over 100 open orders, and I do not like that. I have never made it to 0 though. In the last year and a half, my lowest that I've gotten is 13 open orders. That's the lowest that I've ever had, and I'm so grateful for it. Please don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining, but I do have to keep up on my orders or else it just accumulates and accumulates. So I will be getting orders done again this weekend, but I wanted to give you that update. I know a lot of you guys, I've even had my dad on my YouTube channel before, and you guys know how special he is to me and our relationship. We're very, very close, and I wanted to give you guys a little update on my dad and let you know the news of what happened. So, and also just kind of like an insight of my day working, which is chaotic. So Jimmy, that was just Jimmy texting me back. He's actually on his way home. So like I said, I will let you guys know next week when I post the video. I'll either be posting Sunday or Mondays. My goal is to kind of vlog throughout the week, or a daily vlog or what have you, edit it on Saturday, get it up by either Sunday or Monday. So like I said, next week I will let you know the results of what happened with the orthopedic surgeon for my dad's shoulder, and I will see you guys next time. Once again, thank you so much for supporting me on this YouTube channel. I truly, truly appreciate you guys. Know you've been long-term friends of mine since I started this channel 3 or 4 years ago now, you guys. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next week. Bye, guys.